How's it going, everyone? The Trout 91 here for 10 tips to succeed at Infinite Warfare. Tip number 1, pick the rig and payload that suits you. Make sure you pick the rig that suits you and benefits your playstyle. If you're someone who likes to play a bit more passive, using rigs like the Warfighter's ping ability is great for checking enemies at distance, so you can prepare yourself for oncoming enemies. The Merc rig will allow you to regenerate your health faster if you're someone who likes to be aggressive and rush. You'll be able to ready yourself up quicker for multiple engagements and keep your gameplay flowing. Tip number 2, with the added feature of health bars, your opponent can see exactly how much health you have, and likewise you can see theirs. This means if you're weakened by someone, it's very likely they'll pursue you until they get the kill. So be ready to re-engage in a fight and get ready to run away as fast as you can if you have to. Tip number 3, use low score streaks. If you're struggling to get a lot of kills and long streaks, switch to lower ones to help you get a reward for the small amount of work you do. UAV and Scarab are great streaks to put on early, and the Scarab almost always guarantees a kill. Tip number 4, the K-Bar is a fantastic weapon. It's an assault rifle with an extremely high rate of fire, making it deadly up close. It does have a damage drop-off at distance and high recoil, so put some attachments like foregrip and barrel rifle on to help give you better control and stronger damage at distance. Tip number 5, I've said it in almost every shooter tip guide, and I'll say it again. Stick with your teammates. There's strength in numbers and more eyes to watch multiple directions. If you have teammates able to watch your 6 and provide an extra body for your enemies to more likely shoot at than yourself. Tip number 6, stick to the outer edges of the map. This provides you with a great opportunity to flank the enemy, but it also means there's less places for the enemy to approach you. You can't possibly look in multiple directions at once. This means that by limiting the entry points for your enemy to approach you from, you will increase your survivability chances and outcomes in fights. Tip number 7, you need to select the playstyle that suits the situation, and I found there are 2 extreme styles of play. Playing very passively, using your opponent's aggression to your advantage and letting them come to you. Or playing extremely aggressive by flying through the air and trying to get in the opponent's face when making your way across the map. Tip number 8, don't sprint around corners. It's an obvious tip because you won't be ready for what's around the corner when you approach it. But also the aerial gameplay is far more effective than ground-based gameplay. Your opponents will be naturally expecting someone to be on the ground and not necessarily be aiming up in the air, which will give you the advantage. Which leads me on to my next tip. Tip number 9, you need to learn to jump and have aerial gunfights. This can be done in a few ways, by getting yourself a scuff controller or a controller that has paddles on the back that allows you to jump in the air, or by using a claw grip on a standard controller which will let you use your index finger on the face buttons, allowing you to jump when fighting. And finally, tip number 10, aim your crosshairs at places of interest. This is a tip I actually recently got from the legend that is Benny Central. As simple as it sounds and something you probably think you're doing, it can drastically help you when approaching areas of interest and corners. It will mean you have less work to do and less time to aim at your target if they're already lined up in the center of your crosshairs, giving you more likely outcomes of victory. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, do drop a like rating, make sure you leave a comment letting me know your thoughts about the video, and do subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Infinite Warfare or any Call of Duty content in the future. Make sure you follow me on Twitter for any updates I'll be doing as far as videos go, YouTube and Call of Duty. I'll see you later. Peace out.